Breaking news coming out of Idaho right now. 2 killed in a sniper ambush as Idaho firefighters come under siege from rifle fire. Now, the last I read was 11 firefighters have been shot, maybe more, maybe less, but that's what I've heard so far. And this article just came out at 9:45 p.m. As of this recording right now, it is 10:16 p.m. So this is very fluid. It just happened. There's an active sniper last I read. So this is out of Boise, Idaho. 2 firefighters were killed Sunday when they were ambushed by sniper fire while responding to a blaze in northern Idaho mountain community as crews endured a barrage of gunfire over several hours that the governor called a heinous assault. No arrests were announced, at least not yet. The Kootenai, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, the Kootenai County Sheriff's Office said crews responded to a fire at Canefield Mountain just north of Coeur d'Alene around 1:30 p.m. and gunshots were reported about a half an hour later. Sheriff Bob Norris said officials didn't know if anyone else was shot. Quote, "We don't know how many suspects are up there and we don't know how many casualties there are," Norris told reporters at 4:30 p.m. I'm assuming that's mountain time. "We are actively taking sniper fire as we speak. People are still coming off the mountain," the sheriff said, "so it would be safe to assume that others were still up there." Governor Brad Little said multiple firefighters were attacked. Quote, "This is a heinous direct assault on our brave firefighters," end quote, Little said on the social platform X. Quote, "I ask all Idahoans to pray for them and their families as we wait to learn more," end quote. Norris said it appeared the sniper was hiding in the rugged terrain and using a high-powered rifle. He said he instructed deputies to fire back. I mean, I absolutely hope so. Quote, "I'm hoping that somebody has a clear shot and is able to neutralize because they're not at this point in time showing any evidence of wanting to surrender," the sheriff said. An alert by the Kootenai County Emergency Management Office asked people to avoid the area around Canefield Mountain Trailhead and Nettleton Gulch Road, about 4 miles north of downtown Coeur d'Alene. The fire was still active, so the fire may still be blazing right now. I mean, of course it is, because firefighters, sounds like they didn't even have a chance to even probably even start putting out the fire. I mean, not to speculate, but maybe this sniper, perhaps he started the fire. I mean, that would seem to make sense, but I mean, I'm not there, so I don't know. Quote, "It's going to keep burning," he said. "Can't put any resources on it right now. Absolutely not." The FBI has responded to the scene with technical teams and tactical support. Deputy Director Dan Bongino said, quote, "It remains an active and very dangerous scene," end quote, he wrote on X. The Idaho House Republican leadership said in a statement, "We are horrified by the murder of 2 firefighters in Coeur d'Alene and shocked by such a vicious attack on our first responders. We are praying for them, the injured, their families, and their colleagues." Coeur d'Alene is a city of 55,000 residents near the border with Washington. Canfield Mountain is a popular hiking and biking area on the outskirts, covered with trees and heavy brush and crisscrossed with trails. And this is on News 2 or countonnews2.com. I actually have a video, but first I'm going to show where this is located. So that's the area of Coeur d'Alene shooting where it's happening right now. And let me see if I can get rid of this just to bring out this map. So let me bring up the actual map itself here. So this is where the shooting's happening, and this is the mountain here. The trailhead was around, I think it was roughly about, oh no, it's up here. It's right about there. And let's go ahead and zoom out. They said it's near, yeah, here's the border with Washington right here. Obviously, this is in the Idaho side. And there you have it. There's like the panhandle. I don't know if they call it a panhandle, but that's the narrow region of Idaho there. So it's in the northern Idaho area near Washington, close to Spokane. So that's where the shooting is currently occurring. And I mean, it's pretty close to a populated area. I mean, where it appears the sniper is, I mean, I wouldn't think that they would be close enough to really start hitting any innocent bystanders. I mean, God willing, he doesn't, or that nobody is around for that. But anyway, so let's go over here. And there's a press conference happening, which I'll go ahead and play right now. Breaking, firefighters ambushed by a shooter. 2 deaths have been confirmed. This is live now from Fox. It's a 10-minute watch.
My name is Robert Norris. I am the sheriff of Kootenai County. This information
This, by the way, this was about 3 hours ago, so this happened just a little while ago.
is very preliminary and is subject to change. We want to give you and the public as much information as quickly as possible. So at approximately 1:21 p.m. this afternoon, we received reports of a fire on the east side of Canfield Mountain. Fire assets responded to the scene, and at approximately 2 p.m. this afternoon, it was reported that firefighters were receiving shots fired.
So probably 4 p.m. Eastern, I'm assuming.
We now have 2 deaths. We have an unknown amount of casualties. We still have civilians that are coming off of that mountain.
Oh, good grief.
We might have civilians that are stuck or in shock on that mountain. So this is a very, very fresh situation.
Oh, man, I really hope this isn't the case, but I've got a bad feeling that he might have been potentially taking out civilians, bystanders, hikers, before there was even a fire set or something like that. I mean, if it is Sunday, it's the weekend, there might have been quite a few people out there, which obviously would be very bad. However, hopefully somebody's going to ask him, unless he says whether if there was gunshots that were heard or reported. I know it's Idaho. I mean, it's out in the mountains. I mean, I'm sure hearing gunfire is probably relatively normal, except it is near a populated area, but that's just one of my initial
actively taking
thoughts.
Sniper fire as we speak. This is an active situation. We have multiple agencies that are on scene, from local and federal authorities.
Yeah,
And
FBI's there.
we are prepared to neutralize this suspect, who is currently actively shooting
Well, they sure as hell better.
public safety personnel. We are prepared to neutralize this suspect as quickly as possible.
Good
And
grief, man.
That's really all that we know as of right now.
Wow.
We don't know who the suspects
So he's still
are.
up
we
there.
don't know how many there are. So I know that it's very, very, very early, and I don't think that any questions would yield anything. But Chief, you have anything? Was I accurate in what we were reporting?
Yes.
Okay. So we'll take a couple of questions, but I'd like to remind you that's very, very
Yeah,
preliminary. And
I was going to say, they probably don't have any answers.
Additional information.
Idaho from KXOY, the 2 deaths, are they fire personnel that have died?
According to X, DHS air assets are now flying over the Idaho scene where the search for the active shooter continues. FBI tactical teams have just arrived as well. This was just about 1 hour ago. This is an all-of-government response. The Trump administration isn't screwing around. Well, yeah, of course. I don't think it would matter who's in charge. They're not going to screw around with this either way. All right, let's keep up with this.
We know that there's 2 deaths, and we believe that they are, yes.
Have they been taken off of the mountain? Are they?
Yeah, no, we're still in that process.
Adam Brown, Krentu, you mentioned that there were multiple people that have been shot. Do you have an exact number as of the moment?
No.
Okay.
We do not.
Alex Duggan with the spokesman. How are you going about evacuating people from the mountain or getting personnel out of there who are being shot at? I mean, what does that process look like?
Right now, we're developing a plan to be able to suppress these individuals' firefighting capability. And when we get that under control, when we have an opportunity to suppress that, then we will continue our removing of people who are on the mountain, who are on for a hike, or public safety personnel, or people who live on the backside of the mountain.
Do we have any indication of what type of firearms are being used in this from the suspect?
Well, it appears that modern-day sporting rifles are being used. It appears that high-powered rifles are being used. Yes.
By the way, as of 19 minutes ago, as I record this, the shooter is still active.
How many acres is this fire? I don't know if
I don't know.
Started out as a half acre.
Do we know about how many minutes after shots were fired when fire crews arrived?
Well, we got the first call at 1:21, and we have reports that they were taking shots at about 2 o'clock. I don't know what time they arrived on scene. I don't know what time the firefighters arrived on scene, but we can get you that information at the next briefing if you'd like.
How many engines were on scene when shots were fired? Do we know that?
3. I believe we had 3.
Thank you.
And just to be clear, the people who responded, they were wildland firefighters or they were local firefighters fighting a wildland firefighter?
City of Coeur d'Alene and Kootenai Fire and Rescue.
Yes,
When the
sir.
shots were fired, were they at an accelerated rate or was it a single shot?
Oh no, we're taking rapid.
Breaking right now, no-fly zone has been declared over the Idaho ambush site, so he's definitely still active, and they haven't found it or caught anybody yet.
Fire up there. In the back.
You keep referring to individuals. Is that are you?
And that
referring
goes
to
for
the
drones, too.
casualties or like the amount of suspects you believe to be?
Well, we don't know how many suspects are up there, and we don't know how many casualties that there are. Yeah, I suspect we'll have people coming forward that maybe are stuck up there that drove themselves to the hospital, but I suspect that would likely be the case.
Do we have confirmation that there are people stuck up there?
People are still coming off the mountain, so it would only be safe to assume that the mountain is not cleared.
As of right now, is there an active threat to the surrounding
Absolutely,
community?
absolutely there is.
Okay. Has
Yeah.
there been a shelter-in-place order put forth?
Yes, there has, and I would encourage all of you to tell people to stay away from the area. Do not come to the area.
Oh,
Stay
absolutely.
away from the area. This is going to be, if these individuals are not neutralized quickly, this is going to be likely a multi-day operation.
Here's this question. So is a suspect in a home?
Okay, from what I'm reading at the moment, published about a minute ago, there's a private helicopter, probably law enforcement, that's circling the mountain right now as I speak. And due to the flight pattern, it appears that they are encircling possible areas of escape for the suspect. So they're trying to keep an aerial view just to make sure that they're not going to slip away. So that's what the helicopter's doing right now.
There are they? Do we have indication of where they might be on the mountain?
Yeah, we don't believe that they're in a home up there at this time.
So they're just kind of out in the open firing.
Well, they're heavy brush, well prepared. So yeah, they're blending in with the.
Sorry, I'm going to get rid of this.
Sheriff Norris?
Did you mention that the person that called it in is most likely the shooter?
No,
Okay.
no, we didn't say that. We said the first call was at 121 on a fire, and then we started receiving over our radio that the firefighters were receiving shots fired from the mountain.
Sheriff Norris, has anything happened like this before? And if so, do you think you and other law enforcement entities will
Probably
be
not
more
locally,
aware
lady.
going forward?
You know, this is an interesting dynamic. This, you know, we have seen some of these things in a urban environment where firefighters were in a urban setting, putting out firefighters during civil disobedience, getting shot at. I've seen that. I can't
People are
say
such
that I've
fucking
seen it in a
scumbags, man.
rural
Shooting at
setting,
firefighters.
myself, but I have seen it in
Absolute
an urban setting
scumbaggery.
frequently, where firefighters do get shot at in you know, civil unrest. Yes,
So do we know if there's one or two shooters?
we don't know if there's 1, 2, 3, or 4. Yeah, we don't know.
So just for the fire itself, firefighting efforts, is it contained?
Published 4 minutes ago, breaking news, a Black Hawk helicopter appears to be heading to the active shooter scene in Idaho right now.
Is it still spreading?
That's from Breaking 911.
What does that look like?
Well, it's gonna keep burning because we can't put a lot.
Well,
of
yeah, they're not
resources on
going
there
to.
right now, but
What are they going to do?
We won't put any resources
I mean, you
out there
can't-
until the
You
threat
can't
is-
reason with the fire. Can you please put yourself out?
Wildfire say, is it high winds? Is that going to fuel the fire or anything? Or is it?
We're at a high state right now in wildland, so it'll calm down as the evening progresses, but then it'll pick back up tomorrow.
Thank you.
And hopefully this is neutralized by then.
Thank you.
Oh, I hope so.
Sheriff Norris, how are you feeling about
I hope that
this
Black Hawk
overall
goes up there and
from
takes care of
your
business.
calls and just now from what you've learned?
You know what? It's going to be the tough next couple hours. Yeah, absolutely. I'm hoping that somebody has a clear shot and is able to neutralize, because They are not, at this point in time, showing any evidence of wanting to surrender. So as soon as somebody has a clear shot, I encourage them to take that shot and neutralize the threat.
I've seen several life flight helicopters coming in and out. Are there any other air resources that are being used at the moment?
Oh yeah, we have our Emergency Operations Bureau that is containing assets, and whenever a situation goes beyond the local resources, which this has, like I said, we have other counties that are here, we have federal authorities that are here, and we will neutralize this threat.
Good.
Thank you.
And sorry, I know we've touched on this with the suspects. We know there is at least one, but you said possibly others. Is it coming
Here in a
from
minute, I'll
multiple
show you the topography
different
of the
locations
area.
that bullets are coming from that might indicate that
Yes.
it is more
Oh,
than
yeah.
one
Yep.
suspect?
Yep.
So it's coming from not just one.
Yeah, it's
single area.
what the officers and deputies are reporting up on the mountain right now. So,
Have any officers been hit?
as of right now, we don't have any officers that have been hit.
Good.
Okay.
Can you just confirm, list all the law enforcement authorities that are here on scene?
Well, I have not gotten a list yet.
Okay.
But however, if, pretty much everybody
Anyone you
that's in this region, we have some Spokane resources that are here. We have marshals.
Probably
officers on
rangers.
scene.
Yeah,
Butler County
marshals,
Sheriff's here.
FBI,
Colonial
sheriffs,
Police, of course, is here. Idaho State Police, but
everybody.
we have a multitude of resources right now. So,
Thank you.
okay, what we'll do is Lieutenant Mark Ellis is going to be one of our press relations
Liaison.
here, and we'll determine what time we'll do another press conference, or if the next one will just be a press release. So.
All right. Well, hopefully they'll give another conference, but I mean, if they don't know anything else, then it's really not going to do a whole lot of good. So this is Canfield Mountain. It's wooded, and there's a lot of trees. So let's see if I can make this a little bit bigger. So yeah, so it's wooded. There's a lot of pine trees. So obviously it's mountainous. So there's a lot of places to hide. It's not like the topography like around, I don't know, LA, for instance, where there's not a whole lot of trees. It's just dry brush and whatnot. It doesn't look to be like that at all. Yeah, it looks like a lot of tall pine trees, a lot of places to hide. This is going to be really complicated. Flying helicopters overhead. I mean, of course they're gonna do heat seeking, infrared. I'm sure that they've got all the bells and whistles. Plus there was the report of that Black Hawk that was heading there. So let me just move over to here. So I grabbed some bookmarks. Let me see if I can refresh this, because I grabbed a few more bookmarks while that press conference was happening. And let me go ahead and scroll down to where I started grabbing these bookmarks right here. Okay, so helicopter up in Idaho looking for the shooter. It's a tight grid. They seem to be working. So they've been flying over and over again, just looping all over this area. So that's the best quality that we got. I'm telling you, I don't like pictures on X very much. They're not that great, to say the least. Okay, so this next one, 1 hour ago, just in, the Idaho sheriff in command just said that if anyone gets a clear shot of the shooter, take him out. Whoever eliminates this guy will be a hero, law enforcement or not. Let me go ahead and play this and see what we get out of this, if anything.
People in that area need to be very careful, because the sheriff has also said that if anybody gets a clear shot at the shooter or shooters, that they should take them out. And this is going to make it very difficult for law enforcement to try to determine who is in their sights. Maybe there's some innocent people, and they certainly don't want to take innocent individuals out. But this is a very fluid, active situation there in the Coeur d'Alene, Idaho area. And by the way, Molly, I've been in that area. This is right around the Canfield Mountain area there.
All right, so appears to be a voice of Ted Williams, defense attorney. Apparently he was talking to some authorities. So let's see, this is chilling police scanner from Laura Loomer. Chilling police scanner audio. Frantic officers calling in for backup and medical help after a shooter set a fire in Idaho to lure in firefighters. I don't know if they actually said that he set the fire, but I mean, of course, that's. I think the answer to that is probably obvious. And then started opening fire on police and firefighters as they were responding to the wildfire. If the shooter is found alive, to take him out, death penalty. All right, so let's give this a listen. Hopefully it's not up too loud. So actually, let me just turn this down a little bit just in case.
Central BC 5, Central BC 5. BC 5 up 6. Send law enforcement right now. There's an active shooter zone. They're shot. BC 3's down. BC 1's down. Everybody's shot up here. Law enforcement.
Oh my God.
Code 3 now up here. 551, 10 or 14 up here. Stop. Get out of the way. 10 or 14. Engine push 551. Do not come up here.
51 copies. Remaining staging. Central from 551.
551.
You get an ETA on life flight, please? What? You're busy. You see what life flight has to offer. Go and get started. Also, if you can do enact the MPI for the county, please.
Sorry, I couldn't copy. I was copying BC. This is at the upper parking lot. This is at the upper parking lot. Up on the dirt parking lot. We need law enforcement up here immediately. Law enforcement up here immediately. Copy upper parking lot. Immediately out law enforcement. Yeah, another Coeur d'Alene firefighter down. Needs help immediately. We need law enforcement immediately. I copy another firefighter down. Continuing law enforcement. I copy. 2 battalion chiefs. 1 off. 1 firefighter down.
Engineer Chief Golf, I'm down. Both battalion chiefs are responsible. Engineer Chief Golf down. I can't move.
I copy. You can't move. What's your location exactly? We're all at the upper parking lot. We're all at the upper parking lot. Please, law enforcement, as soon as possible, get law enforcement up to the upper parking lot, the dirt parking lot.
I'm not having any response from the 2 battalion chiefs. They're above me inside the rig. I need help. I don't see anybody around type of.
If you just find vehicles. Then immediately up here, we've got 2 unresponsive battalion chiefs, gunshot wounds, multiple gunshot wounds. 2 Coeur d'Alene firefighters are down. I thought there were 2 unresponsive battalion chiefs. Law enforcement's getting there as quickly as they can. Law enforcement get up here, we could possibly get the 2 wounded out. I'm pinned down behind Battalion 1's rig. It's clear to me that this fire was set intentionally to draw us in. I copy. Do you want life flight to launch? 100% sure where they would land. I think they need to be prepared to launch. Copy, prepared to launch.
Go 107. Start dispatching 4 ambulances.
Yeah, that is absolutely wild, man. I'm surprised they were able to get that dispatch so quickly. Somebody must have just been listening in on the frequency. I mean, you can actually download apps and you can listen to police radio live as it happens. So I assume somebody had gotten that and sent it over to Laura Loomer. So anyway, so moving on to the next one. So about an hour ago, speculation the possibility of Travis Decker being this shooter is getting much more likely. I have no idea who that is. This is a photo on scene at the Idaho shooting. U.S. Marshal Fugitive Task Force is on scene right now. That is not a normal group to be on scene for this event. Yeah, so they're going to be sending probably the cavalry, going to get them all decked out in camo and everything. I'm assuming that's what they're going to do. I mean, they're probably flying that Black Hawk, which I'll get to here in a minute, over the area probably to try to get a heat signature on them so they can start closing in. That's my assumption. But yeah, here's a picture of the law enforcement on scene right now. It is filled with law enforcement right now. Ton of people there at the moment. And so this was about an hour ago when he posted that, Walter Kurt. And so this is a press statement from the Kootenai County Sheriff's Office in Idaho. Due to the ongoing incident on Canfield Mountain, the area has been designated a no-fly zone, including a strict prohibition on drone use. Unauthorized aircraft or drones in the area pose a serious risk to firefighting and law enforcement operations. Residents and the public are asked to respect the airspace restrictions until further notice. Thank you for your cooperation in ensuring the safety of our emergency personnel. So that was word for word what it says here in the media release from the sheriff of the county. And this was just 13 minutes ago. Police in Coeur d'Alene, Ohio, Idaho, rather, told residents to shelter in place as a shooter remained at large Sunday near Canfield Mountain and Hayden Lake Road. And I don't believe this is a video. It looked like it was just a. Oh, okay, it's a link to their article. So I mean, that's just going to be the gist of that. So moving up here to 15 minutes ago, breaking, the Idaho sheriff has announced that anyone in the area who is capable should take a shot and take this shooter out. Officers are still actively taking sniper fire from atop Canfield Mountain near Coeur d'Alene. I'm not sure if it's probably going to be the same person that we just listened to, I'm assuming.
Well, people in that area needs to be very careful.
Yeah, so we already heard that one. All right, so this is the one with the Black Hawk. So breaking, a Black Hawk chopper appears to be heading to the active shooter scene in Idaho. And that is the Black Hawk, apparently, on the map. And this is the area that they're in right now. There's Hayden, there's Coeur d'Alene, so I'm assuming the shooter is going to be roughly around in this area. So they've already got a helicopter there on scene, and we looked at the map earlier that showed their flight pattern, circling over and over again, probably trying to get a signature on the person or persons who are actively shooting at the moment. So looks like they're sending in the cavalry. Looks like they're bringing them in. So that's pretty much the latest that I have. I can see if there might be any more updates, because I'm sure they're just pouring in, I'm sure they're coming in real time. I mean, that's one of the perks of using X is that law enforcement, everybody, they tend to update pretty often. So this is probably going to be a lot of stuff within the last 2 hours. I would prefer to be in the latest section, even though it's going to be flooded with everyday people just giving their own comments and opinions as to what's happening. So what is this? So 2 hours. So here's a few more images that were posted a little while ago. So that's the fire. So that's the first time I've seen an image of the fire. So it's not a small brush fire. It looks relatively significant, and it definitely looks like it's spreading. From this end to that end. I'm not sure what that might be. Maybe if I were to take a guess, maybe I don't know, 300-400 yards, maybe, give or take. Honestly, I don't know. Maybe a quarter mile. It might actually be a quarter mile distance from one side to the other side. So it looks like they've got a video clip here. Where's my volume? I'm gonna drop the volume. Yeah, that radio dispatch was a lot louder. My apologies. I didn't realize it'd be that loud. So yeah, just more law enforcement showing up. Looks like a helicopter's up here in this image. Looks like that they had set down right there. And I believe that's those images. So yeah, again, about 2 hours ago, at least 11 firefighters were shot. 2 confirmed deaths so far. It's possible there could be more than one suspect. I'm not sure if this is really going to be the person that they're looking for, but what are the odds he is responsible for what's going on in Idaho? This loon is on the loose. Okay, so what, he escaped or something? I'm not familiar with Travis Decker. I wonder if I should look that up. Hold on, let me Google it. Oops. I'm sure it came right up. Yeah. Let's see. 4-week manhunt has produced no evidence. Let's see here. I'll just go with CNN. All right. So, oh, come on. You're really going to do that to me? Whatever. Go to hell, CNN. Let's see here. After Tri-Cities police respond to Prosser after possible Travis Decker sighting. That was yesterday. I just want to know who this guy is. They usually give, let's see here. Man, nearby Orchard, Benton County. Where? Hold on. Oh, in Washington. Okay. Well, it's possible it could be. Let's see here. All right. So let me do this. Travis Decker, Washington, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just ask Grokstrip. I should have asked Grok for the short answer. 32-year-old former U.S. Army infantryman and Washington National Guard member wanted for the kidnapping and first-degree murder of his 3 daughters. Oh my God, dude. Are you kidding? The girls were found suffocated with plastic bags. Okay. On June 2nd, remote campground in Washington after Decker failed to return them to their mother following a visitation. His truck, dog, and personal items were found near. Let's see. I'm trying to be careful with reading this because I had no idea what I was getting into with this. So Decker described as 5'8", 190 pounds with black hair and brown eyes. He's a skilled survivalist with extensive military training, potentially capable of evading capture in the wilderness. So this dude's going straight up Rambo on everybody. If this actually ends up being the guy, I mean, I'm not making any light of this at all, but I mean, I don't even know what else to compare that to, really. I mean, not that Rambo did anything nearly as heinous as this asshole did. Authorities believe he may be alive and hiding in the areas like Blewett Pass or Teanaway Valley, though recent reports suggest he could be deceased or have left the region. So, I mean, it could very well possibly be him. It could be him. So Whitney Decker reported Travis struggled with mental health issues, including PTSD and borderline personality disorder, and was homeless, living out of his truck. The manhunt involves multiple agencies, but as of June 29th, no confirmed evidence proves that he remains alive or in Washington. So this very well could be the guy that's causing all this shit. I mean, it's very well possible. I mean, Washington State, I mean, this whole situation's happening right on the Washington border. I mean, it absolutely could be. I mean, not saying, where there's smoke, there's fire, because it very well could be somebody else. I mean, it very well easily could be. But honestly, right now, it really doesn't make a difference who it is. They just got to take whoever it is out. And, I mean, judging by what I just read on him, it wouldn't surprise me at all if this actually turns out to be the guy. Let's see, killed 2 firefighters, so that was 2 hours ago. I don't think they're really going to give out any more information than that press conference did. I mean, I'm assuming if there was an updated press conference, it would have already been, I think I would have seen it on here. Wait a minute. This could be the suspect in the Idaho shooting, although sources have not yet confirmed. I mean, who the hell is this dude? We have no idea who this is. Wait, hold on. Oh, yeah, I'm not buying that. Let's see. Yeah, I see a lot of people just commenting on it. And this, oh wait, here, hold on. What is this? So, statement from Kootenai County, Idaho Sheriff. All right. Oh, big news. This might be big news. This evening, members of the SWAT team located a deceased male on Canfield Mountain. A firearm was found nearby. Additional information will be provided during the scheduled press briefing at 9:30 p.m. I'm assuming that's 11:30 p.m. Eastern. I'm guessing that's it. At this time, the shelter in place is being lifted. However, there is still an active wildfire on Canfield Mountain. Residents in the area are advised to be prepared and ready should further action need to be taken. Follow official sources for the most up-to-date information. So it looks like they might have got the guy. That's what I'm seeing from this, and I'm not sure when that statement was put out, but this individual, he just put this out like 30 seconds ago, and I mean, he's not a member of the press or anything. He saw it, and he reposted it. So it looks like they might have gotten him. Now, you got to take everything on X, Twitter with a grain of salt. I mean, dude could have just fabricated that all by himself. Like people do pull that shit on here. Not saying that he did, but so 2 hours. I mean, why am I not seeing anything else about that? Oh, wait, here, hold on. This evening, members of the SWAT team located deceased male. Okay, here we go. Nick's order. This would be an official. This is it. Idaho shooter has been neutralized. Per the sheriff, thank God he was found deceased on the hillside with a firearm nearby. Okay, good. So sounds like they got him. Sounds like it's all good. I mean, happening in real time. Wow, man. I was just grabbing the news, just checking. I've got ground news on my phone. I don't pay for it. I just get like the basic version, but I was just checking it. It's getting to be like what, 11 o'clock? Yeah, it's almost 11 o'clock. Getting ready to wind down, get ready for work tomorrow. Get ready to crash out, and just thought I'd check, and whoa, I did not expect that at all. I mean, like news is usually pretty slow on a Sunday evening. I was expecting to see something maybe in like something about finance or the housing market or something, but nothing like this, man. I mean, this is absolutely awful. I really hope and pray that these firefighters are going to be all right. It's really unfortunate that 2 of them died. Very, very terrible. Um, yeah, definitely going to pray for them and hope that all the ones who were shot were are getting are going to get back to a full recovery. Hopefully, yeah, that's all I can do is hope and pray for them. Hopefully, they're not going to find any other deceased people up there on the mountain. I mean, like the somebody speculated that there may have been a lot of hikers in the area. I mean, let's hope that he didn't, inflict any more damage before he set the fire. I'm sure they're probably going to spend all night. They're going to have to scour that entire area to make sure that there's nobody out there who's been unaccounted for. So there could be more news during the overnight hours. I mean, it's possible that maybe somebody might end up being reported missing. As far as any hikers, not getting home when they said that they would be. God forbid. I'm really hoping that doesn't happen, obviously. But anyway, yeah, I'll just leave it there. I mean, at least, as I'm reading all the updates, I'm just glad that they got the guy. I'm glad I didn't end up going to sleep just not knowing what happened and, hoping for the best and kind of expecting the worst tomorrow morning. But at least according to those 2 on X, it does appear that they got the guy. So, I mean, that's fantastic news if that proves to be the case, especially if he's the only shooter, which very well could be. I'm sure that they're probably going to still approach extremely carefully just in the event that there could possibly be more than one. So you know how they take their extremely careful precautions. But anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.